After more than a decade of loss, two families wait for justice, with the double murder trial of Kylr Yust now in the hands of the jury.
A nightmare when you don't know where your teenage daughter is and you feel something bad has happened to them.
Kopetsky went missing in 2007. 9 years later, Jessica Runions disappeared.
It was the longest 7 months of my life.
Those 7 months leading to April 3rd, 2017, when a mushroom hunter found remains in rural Cass County.
I was just walking through there, watching the ground, just hoping to spot a mushroom.
Did you?
No.
What did you spot?
I found the skull.
The common link in these young women's lives, Kylr Yust.
I mean, I'm going to get blamed. My whole life is a freaking wreck.
His testimony today taking this long-awaited trial one step closer to a jury's decision. Thanks for joining us on 41 Action News, both on air and on your favorite streaming device.
Reporter Andres Gutierrez live outside the Cass County Courthouse, where jurors are still deliberating, but we're told they could be wrapping up soon for the night. Andres.
Yeah, Kevin, they've been deliberating for the last 4 hours. At one point, they had a question over evidence from Belton police, the judge telling them that they had to rely on their notes and on their memory. Now, the twist today came from hearing from the suspected killer in his own words.
But when you went to the police station and talked to them, did you tell them the whole truth?
I did not.
As the last witness, Kylr Yust himself took the stand to make his case on why he wasn't the one who killed Kopetsky and Jessica Runions almost 10 years apart.
Became extremely depressed. Car didn't show back up, and I think I started drinking more and, using different kinds of drugs.
Instead, Yust pinned both murders on his half-brother, Jessup Carter, claiming on the day Kopetsky disappeared, he left her with Carter, went to buy weed, then stopped by his great-aunt at a rehab facility.
It's quite a story you tell. You're just missing a couple pieces that I want to go over.
But the prosecution wasn't having it, saying this was the first time ever making such allegations.
So you want the jury to believe that as you sit here right now, that the man that is dead is the one that's responsible for this, Kylr?
I think that's why he killed himself.
It's really convenient, isn't it, that he killed himself?
I don't think anything about the situation is convenient.
Well, it's convenient for you because you get to sit up here and say, my brother did it, and your brother's not here to speak for himself, right?
I think he killed himself because I said I wasn't guilty.
The exchange between the two heated at times.
Judge, this is cross-exam.
You can't make things up.
I'm not the one making things up, Kylr.
Pull the page.
That's the irony of this.
Can you show me the page where he says that in any of his interviews?
In closing arguments, defense attorney Sharon Turlington focused largely on DNA, toxicology, and phone record analysis.
Trace evidence of shoes, pants, Kylr's house. There's none of that. None of it. All of that evidence tells you that Kylr could not have done either one of these crimes. And I know that Kylr didn't tell the police the right thing when this happened. He lied. He was a 19-year-old kid.
Assistant prosecuting attorney Julie Toll put up a timer on the screen in the courtroom for 1.5 minutes.
And as that 1.5 minutes is ticking off, you think of those young girls fighting for their lives. You think of the defendant's commitment to make sure that no one else was going to have them. You think of his purpose and how he knew what he was doing.
And now the jury is expected to wrap up deliberations for the day here around the 10 o'clock hour. They'll be back here at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Kevin?
Andres, I know we talked about this since the start of this trial, and this was huge for Kylr to take the stand. What does his testimony add to this case, in your opinion?
Well, Kevin, throughout the trial, they have been excluding any evidence linked to Jessup Carter, the half-brother of Kylr Yust, including that suicide note that was found in the jail. So with Yust now going on the stand and testifying, it enters Carter as a possible alternative suspect in this entire case.
All right, Andres Gutierrez live at the Cass County Courthouse. Thanks for the update.